All right, good morning. It's Monday, 24th of June, 2019. It's 8:41, so that's 19 minutes to time to 8 o'clock. No, to 7 o'clock. Look at me. Yeah. My name is Sam Gituku.
My name is Zinzi Kibiku. Thank you so much for sticking with Citizen TV. We want to dive straight into the local dailies and take a look at what is there. But before we can introduce our guests, perhaps we give our viewers an overview of what to expect.
Right, and on the front page of the Standard, you see that the brewing storm is from storm to storm. That is the Uhuru allies back to June route of threat. Leaders allied to the president defend party Secretary General Raphael Tuju, asking his critics, majority who are allied to DP William Ruto, to wait for Jubilee elections to elect those they want. Of course, this has been informed by a leaked audio, which is alleged to be that of the Secretary General Raphael Tuju and former Limuru MP Mr. Nyanja. So we'll be looking at a bit of that and what that means for the party. Can the members continue to trust their leadership? Do they even trust the leadership in the first place? Okay,
that's the Standard newspaper. What you will find on the Daily Nation, 3 billion is the bill for no work on SGR, land compensation wars that stalled completion of the Standard Gauge Railway. This is costing taxpayers 21 million Kenyan shillings daily in payment for idle workers and machines. But there's also a very interesting story there, documentary of the sorts that has been done. Why Kenya cannot feed its millions. 12 million Kenyan shillings is the number, 12 million rather, is the number of hungry Kenyans. 12 million. And 300,000 of them are children younger than 5 years. Remember, still as a nation, we're going through drought being experienced in certain places within the country, and double the increased risk for mothers who are pregnant during this point in time. And if you're a fan of football, it's a do or die for Harambee Stars in Cairo.
Is it already
a die situation when they put us against Algeria?
Okay, all right. Of course, that wasn't very kind, and maybe we'll start by looking at that. But first, to introduce the panelists here, Anthony Oloch, Member of Parliament for Mathare constituency. Welcome to the show. Dongo Gethenji, former Member of Parliament for Tetu. Karibu sana to the show.
Thank you very much.
Richard Onyonka, Member of Parliament for Kitutu Churches South. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
And Leda Molekina, Senator for Narok County. Karibu sana, and thank you for making time for us. And we begin with that Harambee Stars or beaten 2-0. How does that make you feel?
Depressed, but it's consistent.
Really?
Unfortunately, the Stars have been, consistently underperforming on the African stage, and even when it comes to the World Cup on the global stage. The Kenya Premier League has been growing in leaps and bounds, but we seem somehow not to be able to convert those gains when it comes to national soccer, unlike in national rugby, the sevens. We need to get it right. I have no doubt in my mind of the talent of our boys, and this is borne out by the fact that many of them are playing in leagues in Europe and other countries in the world at the highest levels. So we have no problem with talent in Kenya. We have no problem with ability. I think the challenge now is management, and getting a cohesive national team that can execute and convert at the national stage and at the international stage. That's what we really need to do.
Right. Yeah. Do you have any chance of turning fortunes for us, having started on such a bad foot? I don't want to say wrong, just say bad.
I'm not going to be positive. The team, unfortunately, I've not spent a lot of time watching Kenyan football. And I think it's a bad behavior that we have. But every time I hold football tournaments in my constituency, both the boys and girls play incredible football. So I'm not sure whether the issues are management, whether it's funding, or whether it's remunerations for our players when they go out to play international matches. The game was actually boring. I wish we had played well and then lost.
When you're with those young people within your area, what do they say about the game? Are they hopeful that perhaps one day they can, put food on their table and light within their houses by being a professional football player here in Kenya?
As my brother Ndumu, I think he says, we've never lost talent. You can see it when I watch some of those games. They are really, really amazing football matches. And you see the talent, you see the exuberance, you see the determination. But The only thing maybe I'll forgive our team for is the fact that if you look at the players, they were really sweating. So there's a likelihood that they were performing poorly because there was too much heat. But then again, you had the other countries from our area here which were performing better. So
like Uganda.
Senator, are you a fan of football? Where do you stand when it comes to sports in Kenya? Is it talent or management that is an issue?
First of all, let's get some things clear. I don't know nothing about football. Okay? If you're talking about basketball, it would make sense. However, in terms of sport generally, I think it's a high time that we should try to nurture the talent at an early age. We need to build more, what do you call them?
Stadiums?
Not even stadium. We need to build sports academies.
Absolutely.
We need to be able to ensure that we nurture the talent at an early age. In the US, where I've spent about 20 years of my life, you'll find even now soccer, because football there is American football. Soccer, you'll find communities coming up with academies. I think if we start nurturing the talent then and really just investing in it, and I hope that the current minister or CS Amina can now be able to put some money into nurturing talent and building this sports academy to ensure that at least these young men and women who love the game of soccer can start really getting to know all the rules. It's not just about kicking the ball. It's really about knowing the talent, the rules, and all that stuff. Yeah.
All right, and of course, much more Oluoch, I hear there are so many teams that play around within your constituency. I mean, what do we do to ensure that we don't get this sort of an embarrassment at the continental level by nurturing talent that can go that far?
I think we need to give more exposure and confidence to our teams. I think, in my view, that's what's lacking. We don't spend a lot of time together as a team. For example, we have names like Victor Wanyama. He just played in the finals of the Champions League. I am sure that those talents, if they are put together, have more international games put together for them, that confidence and exposure and maybe a little bit of luck, we need to have some kind of breakthrough. If we had 1 or 2 wins at the continental stage, it would give us more confidence that we can do it. Because look at the pre-match comments from people from Nigeria. I mean, they just thought it was so obvious that we were going to, and I had you in your commentary at the beginning, one of you saying that, you know, this was a routine loss. Did I hear somebody say that this was so routine? And then when you speak about Tanzania, we're expecting a routine win. And then that's another story. What went wrong? I mean, I thought between Uganda and Tanzania, we were always the best athletes, and then the thing is flipping the other way. We were always the best footballer, and we have the best football culture. All of a sudden, even Tanzania, I think, is overtaking us. And that's what worries me, because even with the loss to Algeria, I'm not so sure that we can be confident of winning with Tanzania, and then we have Senegal. So I think a little bit of luck. If we can win 1 game out of those and draw, we still have a chance.